And it's a bit of a cautionary tale that basketball stars and international soccer stars seemingly age slowly and get paid forever. If you're not a quarterback in the NFL, you age quickly. AB went from a star to out of the league, and OBJ was the fifth most productive member of the Baltimore Ravens offense. And when OBJ came into this league, he had an NBA feel to him. He was dating models in Paris. He had a shoe deal. He felt like his brand was bigger than the New York Giants brand. I don't resent, that's fine. But we love the game of football. We often worship basketball players, but we don't watch it. Caitlin Clark's ratings quadrupled, 5-6 times bigger than NBA regular season ratings. Again, I don't worship athletes, and it's okay if you do, because you do wear their shoes, right? I don't wear football players' cleats. A lot of people wear tennis shoes from their favorite basketball player. That's cool. But I think football endures in America for the right reasons. We love the game. We love the game. We worship the game. It's about winning and productivity in the game, not about the brand or the player. The Atlanta Falcons are in a Super Bowl, huge rating. The Packers are, the Patriots are. Next year, if the Houston Texans are, we worship the game. And that's why it endures, because the game may change, but the game is the game. And when you become very reliant on worshiping stars, Michael Jordan left the NBA. They lost half their ratings, and they've never recovered. Tom Brady retired, and the ratings went up, as they did when Brett Favre retired and Peyton Manning retired. I'm thankful that the football culture in America is different than the basketball culture. I'm okay with both. I think it's fun that you can make the Hall of Fame and never be a productive postseason baseball player, NBA player. But football's about winning, and OBJ doesn't get the 1,000-yard seasons, struggles to stay healthy. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's super talented. But it is interesting. There was a time, and I had said this on the air multiple occasions, he feels like the NFL's only NBA player. But the big difference is you don't age gracefully in the NFL. You leave, the game moves on, with or without you. The GOAT leaves, NFL ratings go up. The GOAT left the NBA, half the audience disappeared.
So I wholeheartedly agree with everything Colin just said. I mean, I was expecting him to kind of give a little bit more analysis as to whether or not, because the question even says on the screen, is Miami a good fit for OBJ? And he never answered that question, and he doesn't. The clip just changes after this. So, I say no. Can he have some success in Miami? Sure. But I think culturally, he is an issue for them. Granted, they already have some of these bigger personality receivers, so he would have to kind of fall in line. And I think OBJ, to a degree, does understand that he is not that guy. But I still think he believes that he's more than what he is. Not to mention, at this point, his production can only go down. Now, if you could get him for nickels on the dollar, then I would say go for it, right? And at the very least, you could just cut him. You just kind of see what happens. Not unlike what the Rams did with Deshaun Jackson, and they cut him, and then they got OBJ, and they won a Super Bowl. So, and I think this is where OBJ is at this point. But the fact is, the matter is that OBJ apparently wants more money, and they're trying to, the Dolphins are trying to, work that out. That to me is already a bad sign. The fact that he's just not willing to take, the lowest amount possible, so to help the Dolphins win, to save that money, makes me think that you're not serious now. Like, yeah, he wants to live in Miami. He wants to get paid. Hey, I can't blame him. And he wants to be able to, be featured to a degree. And I just think, right, if he was like your fourth option or something, sure. It's not bad. But I think he's got the potential to be more of an issue. In a lot of ways, there's nothing more dangerous than a past their prime superstar. They get upset. They get restless. They take these tiny little jabs here and there that really start to spiral, that really start to just grow like weeds. We've seen this just again and again and again and again. This isn't shocking here. So, and I think, though, just a comment on what Colin said before about this whole idea of superstars and cheering for them and rooting for them, and it's just absolutely right. We move off superstar players on football all the time. Growing up as an Eagles fan, I was a massive Donovan McNabb fan, of course, right? He's the quarterback, went to the Super Bowl with the Eagles. Hooray, let's go. And then they traded him, and it was sad. And I remember being like, oh, this is such a bummer. And then 2 seconds later, you're on to the next one. You're like, all right, who's our quarterback now? Let's go. And you're ready. It's not like that with basketball. It's just not, when Allen Iverson got traded, that was devastating. I was like, Allen Iverson is Sixers basketball. He is the Sixers. LeBron James was the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's why they lost their mind when he left. The whole city literally lost their mind. And I get it. They were upset. They were sad. They were hurt. They were like, what the heck? You're supposed to be the savior here. You're the chosen one. And then you just leave for Miami. And then it's like, right, seeing your ex-girlfriend immediately just partying and having fun. And you're just like, what? And football just doesn't have that. And so these players have less power in that regard. So it's just interesting to me that the Dolphins are doing this. It makes me feel that they're not serious about winning. I mean, I know they want to win. And I know in a way they're serious. But this is seriously not the correct move. Because the Dolphins need to get significantly better. This is what I said about Ezekiel Elliott going to the Dallas Cowboys. Are the Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott away from getting to the NFC Championship game or getting to the Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl? No. Are the Miami Dolphins an OBJ away from getting to the Super Bowl? No, not at all. They can't get these younger players, these older players, these players that are banged up. They need to get more physical. They need to get younger. They need to get players that aren't banged up every 5 seconds. They need a bully. That's not OBJ. So wasting time, money, energy, focus, play developing, play calling, play designs around OBJ at this point is a waste. Did he help Lamar Jackson and the Ravens? He did not. And now he's even older. So I'm just not seeing it being a good idea, a good move, or having any measurable positive impact for the Miami Dolphins. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. Is Miami a good fit for OBJ? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here. And I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. And I think we're well on our way to doing it. Thank you so much, and see you next time.